Yianni, mate, can we crack on, please, man?
Ed, nice to meet you, Ed.
You too, man.
Hello, mate. Can I quickly just do this with you? Can I ask you, Ed, to choose a colour?
Green.
Okay, green, G-R-E-E-N. Green, of course, Ed, the third most popular colour, so it means you're a bit of an individual. Okay, now pick a letter.
N.
N, okay. N, Ed, think big.
Think big.
So tell us, where did the idea then come from to do this? When did you wake up and go, do you know what? I'm going to try and sell it at the ICC.
Well, it's funny because it didn't sort of happen like that. First, I had the idea for the show, right? So first, I had the idea. Well, I did a show last year, and then I really liked the show, and it was well reviewed and well received. And then when I looked at it, I was like, I like that show, but I felt like I didn't quite get outside my comfort zone, you know, artistically. So I thought, okay, well, I want to do a show about that, about our comfort zones, why we don't push outside them, and what you know, and whether or not how much we believe we can achieve affects what we can actually achieve. So Ed, I'm doing a show called Think Big. It is about self-belief and what can be achieved with self-belief. So I'm going to ask a question, which is, what would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? I don't imagine anyone's going to come up and be like, so I heard about your ambitious plan. I've got to tell you, I'm not like everyone else. I hope it falls flat on its face. Know your place, mate. Know your place.
Think big, think again.
Yeah, think again.
It's a really interesting question because I think I've been thinking a lot recently about...
Ed Byrne's agreed if I sell more tickets than him on the 25th, he will be my support act.
And how I continue to fail in that way, or how I don't continue to fail in that way, but also constantly being grateful for each lesson I learn from my failures.
You had 70 people in the room, would you still feel happy playing to?
I would slag them off mercilessly for an entire hour.
How would you seat them just all at the front, just get them on stage?
That's a very in-depth answer, Ed, but please, go on.
And
I would want the reviews to read something along the lines of, although Agisilaou professed that this would be a show about thinking big, it was more a 1 hour nervous breakdown, witnessed by a bunch of well-meaning and supportive people who, if anything, did not deserve to be subjected to this. 5 stars.
And so really no longer seeing them as failures anymore, but just part of the process. It's kind of like that, trying to transcend the dichotomy between success and failure and going, well, actually it's all useful and it's all...
So we're not far away from your big EICC sellout show. It's the 25th.
25th.
Day before the last day of the festival.
In fact, the failure is maybe
Ed,
to start placing a value on...
How's that going?
It's going all right. Just trying to do as much as possible to promote it, including well, I had a bit of a chat with Russell Kane. I thought you were going to say something like, "Oh, what $1 million," and you were kind of like, "What is failure, and what can we learn from it?"
Hi there, welcome to EdinFringeTV. We're here now with Yianni and Russell Kane. Yianni's doing a show called Think Big at one of the biggest venues in Edinburgh, and Russell is in a 55-seat venue.
Yeah.
You want to tell us why you guys are doing that?
Yeah, well, I just thought I wanted to do a show about thinking big and ambition and self-belief and what you can achieve with those things. And then I saw Russell's show, and that seems to be almost the opposite.
Annoyingly, that was going to be the sequel to my show this year. So of course I'm not copying, I had already planned that. And there's a bit of a, we call it the pissing contest in Edinburgh, with comedians going on about, I've done a venue this big, I've done a venue this big, and I thought, what can I do that competes in another way? I thought, right, I'll do the smallest room I can get, which is a 55-seater. And I suppose I'm a bit big for that room. It's like playing a 10-seater. Bit of a rabbit in the headlights from the audience, they don't quite know how to behave. So there's 5 minutes of just diffusing a bigness. Once it does start cooking at that level of smallness, it's amazing, like a hot muffin of comedy.
I had a story from Peter Graham, who runs the King's Head pub in London. He said that Eddie Izzard, when he was starting out, he and his manager booked a West End theatre, and just sort of, and that had never been done at that point, right? Just a comedian booking a West End theatre, like never been done. And they did that and just started trying to sell the gig, and then, you know, that run got extended, and that run got extended, and that run got extended, and that was really what sort of, you know, one of the things that pushed him right up into the public consciousness. Yeah. So I guess what I'm saying is, this is an attempt to do something completely unoriginal again. Hi guys, my name's Yianni. I'm a performer, a comedian, performing at the Edinburgh Fringe. I'm needy and I need love. For just £10, you can provide that love by coming to my show at the Edinburgh International Conference Centre. It's got 1,200 seats, so it needs a lot of love. And every time one of those seats gets filled, so does my heart. Or if that's not really your bag, come along to the show, ya wee pack of jesses! And also come along to my free show at 4:45 every day at the Dram House if you want to see whether or not it's worth coming along to the big show. If you could be there, that would be amazing. I genuinely believe we can fill this show up, and I will see you there. Thanks very much.